Namaste to all. I first thought I should not make a video on this question, answer to this question, but then some inspiration came inside me this morning or even yesterday night that I should make a video. It's a very interesting question. The question is, Sir, Namaste. You have known your Acharya since long time, and I also know that you have known about Swami Satyapati ji, a yogi who lived in Gujarat. Can you give us more insights about, from your perspective, about both your Acharya ji and Swami Satyapati ji? This will help not only me but also I feel your channel viewers. Yeah, a small disclaimer is I have not interacted with Swami Satyapati ji. Unfortunately, he is no more now. But I came to know about Swami Satyapati ji very recently, maybe around 1.5 2 years back. I was looking for something in the internet, and suddenly I started I got some pages of Yoga Darshan written by some author. Then when I was reading Yoga Darshan from that author, I was little bit taken back. I was thinking that such words, normally I have not seen such words other than my acharyas. My acharya book I have read, so I know the words, the words of a rishi, muni, etc., or a tapasvi. So when I started reading this Yoga Darshan, a couple of pages on the first chapter, I thought, this author must be a real tapasvi. Then I went back to the first page to understand who is the author, Swami Satyapati ji. Then I also learnt about his ashram, Vanaprastha Sadhaka ashram in Gujarat, really doing a very commendable job in spreading the knowledge of the Vedas. And I also was pleased to understand that ashram is, they conduct 12-hour havan every day. So that's really wonderful. So that's how I knew about Swami Satyapati ji. So I will try to tell some information shortly in this video. It might be helpful for you. Always it is a pleasure to speak about great yogis and tapasvis. And of course, from my perspective, I have been in association with my acharya for the last 21 years now. And of course, I have not interacted much with my acharya, but I know him internally, and my acharya knows me for sure. And also, the relation of a disciple and guru is a different relation. It's not like a relation that happens in the physical world. So it's an internal relationship basically. And my acharya is one of the greatest tapasvis I would say this world has ever seen, and this Srishti has ever seen for sure. I have not seen in any of the books, I have not read in any books or any scriptures equivalent tapasvi like my acharya. This is not flattering, this is a reality. When I read about, or when I listened about my acharya's tapasya, when he was working, I was totally taken back. Even when I compare with Mahabharata, Sri Krishna's tapasya, I think my acharya ji's tapasya is further intense, I would say. And also there are so many hardships, to do tapasya in this current lifestyle is not easy thing. So in my acharya ji, by Paramatma's kripa, my acharya ji attained samadhi on 19th March 1979. Samadhi, in the sense, this is the final stage of samadhi, nirbij avastha, or we can say dharam samadhi, which is described in Yoga Darshan also. So, and that is the stage when Paramatma himself awards the title of a rishi or a yogi to a person. So the titles, like somebody keeps the title that yogi, rishi, Yogacharya, Swami, etc., etc. This title is awarded directly in samadhi by Paramatma. My acharya used to say that Paramatma tells from inside, he will inspire you to that you are rishi from today. Because rishi, definition of rishi, if you see interestingly, Nirukta, the definition of rishi is mantra drishtasya rishihi. One who has studied Ved mantras directly from Paramatma. We study Ved mantra from books or from other people, right? We study Ved mantras from our acharya. But acharya rishi is the one who studies Ved mantra from Paramatma directly. So Paramatma is their guru in samadhi. So that is the position and title of rishi, and that is the position of my acharya. So what should I tell more about my acharya? My acharya, I would say that from his childhood, my acharya used to say that I was always a lone kid, and I always used to be in doing tapasya because of his previous janmas, sanskars and tapasya and sanskars. So, and my acharya was always in search of truth. He used to read Upanishads, Ramayana, Mahabharata, etc. But he was always in search of gurus. And Mayacharya also, like Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati's life, Mayacharya also had several gurus, and then one by one he left, knowing that this person cannot be true guru. And finally Mayacharya met his guru, who is Baba Bankandi Maharaj. And then in Rishikesh, Mayacharya met his in a dense jungle in Rishikesh, in forest. He met his Guruji, and then after several attempts, his Guruji will accept Mayacharya as his disciple, and then gave the knowledge about Ashtanga Yoga Vidya. Thereby, after doing intense tapasya of Ashtanga Yoga Vidya, then Mayacharya attained to Samadhi. And Mayacharya told in Samadhi, after attaining Samadhi, Mayacharya got inspiration of Vedas, and then he started learning Sanskrit. Mayacharya used to say that, after attaining Samadhi, I started learning Sanskrit, Vedic Sanskrit, not the regular Sanskrit he knew, but the Vedic Sanskrit, Ashtadhyayi or the Mahabhashya, etc. from a Gurukul. He started learning, and then after that he did Adhyayan of Vedas so that he can give the knowledge to the public. Because one is a realization, other one is teaching to others. When you have realized something, it's not easy to express. So you have to have a bookish knowledge also to teach to others. So Mayacharya learned Vedic Sanskrit, and then did Adhyayan of Vedas, and then thereby now he has his own ashram in the sense he is living in Himachal Pradesh, and the ashram name is Ved Mandir, where thereby last 45 years he has been giving the knowledge of the Vedas to public, open to all. Anybody can go. There is no registration, money, etc. There is no business happening there. So it's really I would say a very pious bhumi there, where people when I visited, as I recently made a video on Vyas Purnima about my experience with Mayacharya. You can go through that video, what happened, how I met Mayacharya, etc. So this is in short about Mayacharya. I hope you got some insights. And also, as I told in the start of this video, I have not seen or read about a tapasvi who is equivalent to Mayacharya, because Mayacharya used to say that he used to sleep at 12:30 in the night, and used to wake up at 2:30, 2:45 in the morning, and then does tapasya for 8 hours, 9 hours, then go to work, come back from work, again start continuing tapasya for 8 hours, 9 hours. So 17 to 18 hours per day he used to do tapasya before Samadhi, and after Samadhi he is always in silence. He writes books and he gives pravachans whenever there is yajna happening. Otherwise he does not speak much. He is always in silence in his room. So that is my Acharya in short. And of course you can go through the website vedamandir.com, and also there is a YouTube channel Ved space Mandir. And also in my channel, go to my Acharya Pravachans playlist, and you can see around 200 videos of my Acharya. To understand who my Acharya is, whatever I have told, whether it is true or not, you can go through those pravachans and then understand. Also, please go through some of his books, Yogadarshan and Bhagavad Gita, etc. So this is in short about my Acharya ji. And regarding Swami Satyapati ji, as I told, I do not know him very well, but whatever I have known, I will just try to tell in short. I think when I read Swami Satyapati ji Maharaj, I really was moved to understand there is also another person like Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati or like Mayacharya who can write such a depth knowledge. And also when I read about his lifestyle, he also from the childhood, I think he was a born Muslim, and he told that whatever I am writing in my book is truth. I used to do smoking and bad habits, but later on when the Indian independence struggle happens, Hindu-Muslim fight happens, I saw in front of my face, in front of my eyes, I saw thousands of people dying, and that the fear of death stuck inside me very, very harshly. Then I left everything. Then I started searching the truth, and finally, he became a Vairagyavan, etc. So his journey was also very inspiring. And after attaining Samadhi, he was writing in his book, after attaining Samadhi, I started thinking that how do I convey this experience? I was not speaking to anybody. People have started calling me Pagal. He's a Mandabuddhiwala Pagal, because I always be in silence and my eyes are closed. I don't eat. I don't go for work. I didn't do anything. Then later on something stuck inside me. I went to some temples and see people are worshipping statues. Then I thought I should try to teach what is the knowledge inside me. So then he got a book of Satyartha Prakash. And he had not gone to school, so he could not read Hindi or English, etc. So he learned Hindi first. He read Satyartha Prakash in Hindi. Then later on, he went to I think he did 12 to 15 years of Gurukul studies to study Vyakaran, to study Darshanas. He studied Darshanas from different acharyas, and then he changed his name. Finally, he took sannyas. His name became Swami Satyapati. He was I forgot his Muslim name. So that's a very inspirational journey for sure. And of course, one thing what I understood very recently from Swami Vivekananda ji Parivrajak, who is Shishya of Swami Satyapati ji, that Swami Satyapati ji told before he died, before he died, he told that, I will require one more janma to take birth to finalize, to complete my final thing. So that means, in terms of stage of samadhi, is not at the final stage. One more step is needed. That's what he has told to Swami Vivekananda ji. That's what Vivekananda ji told in one of his pravachan. I'm sure they will not speak lies. So this is in short about Swami Satyapati ji. And one more thing is, I was totally inspired. Swami Satyapati ji also has done tremendous work in spreading the knowledge of the Vedas. Many of the acharyas of Arya Jagat today, in Arya Samaj, connected to Arya Samaj, many of the prominent acharyas like Swami Vishwangji or Swami Satyajit Muni, Dhruvadev Maharaj, Vivekananda Parivrajak. So these people, most of them, they are somehow directly Swami Satyapati ji's disciple or indirectly connected to him. So in short, I think he has done very good work in spreading the knowledge of the Vedic Dharma in the Arya Jagat and also to the public. So this in short I know about Swami Satyapati ji. And also I knew more about my Acharya ji because I listen to him continuously. And one of the book I would recommend also before closing the video is the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, ek Vedic Rahasya. It will clear all your confusions on people assume that Sri Krishna is Paramatma. So my Acharya has taken real efforts to prove that Sri Krishna cannot be Paramatma. He is not Paramatma in that book. So please go through that book if you know Hindi. It's a really wonderful book. And also, if you want to reach to my Acharya's ashram Ved Mandir, please go through the website vedmandir.com. In ask a question, try to send a question to him that I want to visit from this date to this date. Please let me know your convenience, or can I come take Agya and go to Acharya's ashram. That is my advice to you, because he's 85 years old now. So he always is in silence and rest and in tapasya. So before going to Acharya, it is always dharma to ask permission and go at least at this age. Yeah, I hope this video helped you. And if you have more queries, if I know something, I can surely reply to you. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.